there are two defensive backs in particular who are freshmen, and they're at an HBCU. We're going to be at an HBCU for this upcoming fall season. They both play the same position, cornerback. They'll most likely be on the field together at the same time when it's their time to step up and start. And when these kids are developed, notice I said when, not if, but when these kids are developed, both of them will be getting drafted. I do think both of these kids can be drafted. I think they'll be a dynamic force for their respective school. These two kids go by the name of Marquis Bradley and Jaylen Allen. And they go to South Carolina State University. Now, understand something. South Carolina State has a lot of talent in this recruiting class, and I have been shouting that from the rooftops from day one, right? As soon as I saw the whole class, I broke down the offense and the defense. They have way too much talent, and people ain't talking about it. I've been fighting for them to be ranked in the top recruiting classes in HBCU. Like, I've been fighting for that because I know what they have. These two kids in particular, though, they gonna be something. When they step on the field together, they gonna be something. And you, as an offensive coordinator, as the opposing offensive coordinator for the MEAC, is going to have to decide, who in the hell am I going to target? Now, make no mistake about it. Even though I'm going to talk about these two in particular, they have a lot. They have a lot more. Quantre Harry, Patrick Anderson, I believe, Jordan Watkins, Derek Bethea Jr., they just got another transfer from Charleston Southern who's also a cornerback. Yeah, they have options at defensive back, and every single one of them is good. But these two are my favorite in this class. So let's talk about them, right? I know you may have recognized Marquis Bradley because I did make a video on him before. I'm a big fan of his, right? Marquis Bradley is 6'1", 200 pounds at corner. Right, from Gaffney High School, the legendary Gaffney High School in South Carolina, that all they do is win, produce talent, and put out beast monsters, but y'all will see for yourself. So listen, Marquis Bradley runs a 4.4 at 6'1", 200 pounds. A 6'1", 200-pound corner is running a 4.4 as a freshman with the wingspan I'm not even going to compare him because I feel like that'll sound crazy, but the boy's wingspan is long. So listen, man, he's gifted. All right, he's just naturally gifted with his size already. If I cannot stress that enough, right? His wingspan makes it almost impossible for the receiver to escape his grasp, right? To catch the ball over him. There's no monster in him. There's no spectacular catch on Marquis Bradley. You do not want to throw it his way. Your catch radius is slim. Your catch radius it doesn't matter when he's guarding you. Understand me when I say that. Your catch radius doesn't matter. Unless you're just as big as him, it won't matter, bro. On top of that, man, the boy is a true man corner. He's a true man corner. He has the speed to go right there with you. He has good hips in and out of transition. On top of that, man, though, he has no wasted movements. He has no wasted movement when covering you. None. Marquis Bradley is going to be developed into something great for South Carolina State. The same way we saw Jacoby go in the 4th round, I do believe we are going to see Marquis Bradley in the NFL whenever his time is up at South Carolina State. All he has to do is continue to be developed by one of the best coaches in doing so, by one of the best programs in the FCS in doing so in South Carolina State. Shout out to Coach Pugh and the rest of that amazing staff, man. Continue doing what y'all are doing. Now, on the other side of him, it's going to be a very scary sight because you see that boy Jaylen Allen, who's 6'3", 200 pounds at defensive back, is no joke as well. Oh, no joke. The boy is a mini Peanut Tillman. Let me put that out there now. He's a mini Peanut Tillman. How many times in the past decade have we seen a 6'3" corner, okay, who can force fumbles and hit like a linebacker, on top of that, still be able to cover the way that he does? I expect him to use, I don't know how they're going to use Jaylen Allen. I don't know how, but I expect him to be a nucleus for that defense. If you want to Jabril Peppers this kid, do that. Move him all over the field, wherever fits for him, do that. I don't care. But just know, he is a scary sight, man. He's a fright train. All right? He'll peanut tell you. He'll get the ball out. He'll force the fumble. He'll hit you big. Oh, but he still can cover you as well. He can still cover you. Coming from May River High School to Low Country, shout out to the Low Country because you know that's where I'm from as well. Man, I'm just happy to see it. I was happy to see him sign to South Carolina State. You know how we do down here in South Carolina. But listen, man, he's hard-hitting, instinctive, and he's just a bona fide playmaker. And not that Coach Pugh needs it with this class because he's deep at a lot of positions, but he can include plays for him on offense if he wants to. Jaylen can play running back if he wants to. Like he could probably get some tight end if he wants to. These two kids, man. These two kids are going to be something special for South Carolina State. And if I'm that defensive coordinator, man, especially the DB coach, I'm very pleased. I am very pleased with this recruiting class. Oh, and I can't short my boy Jordan on this. Jaylen on this, not Jordan. Multiple player of the games, multiple player of the weeks. His accolades, precedes itself. His accolades precedes itself. These two dudes. Remember these names. I looked at that whole recruiting class for South Carolina State, and I have a lot of favorites in that class. A lot. Demetrius Simmons, the running back from Goose Creek, is one of them. I can go on for days. I can really go on for days with their recruiting class. I love this class. So just know, I warned y'all. I warned y'all. You might not hear about them this year because they are true freshmen. And we'll see who gets on the field as a true freshman. We'll see who's redshirted. But you will hear from them in the next 2 years. You're going to hear from them. Just remember where you heard it first. Now, you are watching the CFL podcast. Also, the Shine on MEAC series is back in full effect. You saw episode 1 with Ramel Harris Freeman, the 6'4", 200-pound corner from Delaware State. You know, the Shine on MEAC series is all about bringing the light to the MEAC conference and some of the ballers that they have, the top ballers in the conference that they have. You know, they need, the same way we giving all these SWAC players interviews, they need interviews as well. They need the exposure as well. You know, now my channel, I'm going to do my part. You know, I'm not the biggest channel out there, but I'm going to do my part. So, yeah, we in Orangeburg right now. We saw episode 1 with Delaware State, Ramel Harris Freeman. Episode 2, we got a dual interview. All right, Rakeem White, the other side of that Twin Towers of Shaq Davis for South Carolina State. He's going to be on. Remember, I made a video about him, one of y'all as well. And I made another video about another receiver from South Carolina State that y'all should look out for, the route technician himself, Justin Smith-Brown. Both of them are going to be on the show. So, hey, look out for that. This Saturday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Look out for that, man. It's going to be dope. But with that being said, man, you're watching the CFL podcast. I go by the name of Kobe.